Kia ora from Aotearoa, Poppy speaking, and I'm talking about the NIGHTWAVE that we're currently in, which is in 3 read, and we're in the energy, around about the energy of 6L, where our wisdom really needs to be working, and how do we stay sovereign in communities of collaboration and good communication. This is what this NIGHTWAVE is a lot about, and it's about being in the light, magical, playful, with soul tribe collaboration. Okay, so it's kind of leaving the control and moving more into collaboration, and it's about us remembering who we are, that we are magical, we are marvellous, and we are mighty. So I'm going to talk a little bit about energy dynamics for true collaborative community and collaboration. So a little bit of a talk about energy. Energy is lost sorry, I'm just trying to look at some notes. I actually did take some notes today, which is unusual. So energy is lost and gained through money, attention, status, games, fortune, popularity, and partial truths, especially partial truths where you get like a really good percentage of truth, but the little bit that isn't disclosed can actually be what can undermine everything, and I've noticed that in several different arenas. So Earth has always been the generous giver of our sustenance, nurturing, comfort, and divine protection, and sharing of her knowledge for our health and happiness. So she was usurped and overridden by control forces that have abused her, suppressed her, and covered her with patriarchal grids and placements over her ancient sacred power sites. So the Masons and the Illuminati were very good at finding these sites and putting their own grids over there, which were actually taking her beautiful power and energy for purposes that were actually more destructive. And we've all had a part in this, because we're all here learning our lessons and how to actually move back into a place of freedom and into a new earth where we are freed up from slavery. Let's have a quick look up here. Okay, so our beautiful Mother Earth's crystals, her blood and her minerals, if they've been mined, and there's been terraforming her beauty into wastelands, you know, and this is often just simply blamed on humanity. We all do have a part to play, that's for sure. But we also have a great power and mightiness and magicalness to be the change that frees everyone and everything through our own journey here as humans who came here to help our beautiful planet at this time. So her waters, particularly here in New Zealand, they've been solicited by the writs of the pens of those who soullessly seek power and positions that exploit Earth's children, her people, animals, plants, minerals, and beauty. So with the flick of a few pens from the solicitoring type legislators of the control system, which is the governments, our waters actually have been sold overseas mostly, and our pure beautiful waters have been taken, and we become short of that. And this is something that is all done, which is it's a form of magic in itself. It's a form of energy, and but what actually holds it in place mostly is that people conform to it. So it's the compliance of the people to conform to those who seek and wield power, and this is why our consciousness is actually so paramount, and that we are responsible for making the shift. So the shifts are only taking place now because there's enough of a collective who are returning to Earth's ways and departing from the mental programming that exists as a matrix. It's like a web or a veil that conceals the magic and wonders and mysteries of life. So it's overridden and it's usurped our mother, and we remove that mentality, that matrix from our minds, and we access her divinely, completely, and she will show us how to be and how to go about restoring everything. Nature is actually very sentient and very actively working on destroying some things, while keeping a lot of protection around those who are really her kaitiaki or her guardians here. So where there's a lack of life, that leads to decay and death, and many people are dying now, and many are so hopelessly lost in the matrix and few are holding on to a frequency and consciousness that is the salvation of our planet. So I see it, I sort of had a vision with this, and so as my vision appeared, I saw it like there's a luminous lifeline that flows between earth and sky that goes through the sun, and we help one another to keep returning to this lifeline, and not to drown in the murkiness of the matrix field. So we find our magical creativity in this night wave, as the magnetic fields are stirred up with tumultuous consciousness sets, and some are dominated by fear, power, competition, and divisiveness and agendas, etc., etc. So as above, so below, as inside, so outside. So what's going on on our inner worlds is also going on in our outer worlds. And so yeah, the power of human consciousness is amazing, and that's why it was held hostage. And also the power of the consciousness of the earth was also held hostage for a long time. But it's really rising up now and becoming free, and it's because so many of us are actually joining in. And we become illuminated as we connect to this divine time and nature's will, and we spiral up together in connection to this divine lifeline with our soul tribe family. So we will have great times with the flow. We'll see the magic happening in the flow, and as we kind of leave and we have to confront something, the flow might not be there for a while. We might feel challenged, and we have our soul tribe friends and communities that we can actually find support in. And this is where we're heading, but to understand some of the dynamics of energy. So I've had to learn the hard way through getting into cults and things that that actually take energy, not just money energy, but they take your personal energy. So we have to be very careful when people say, I'm sending you energy. Remember that when they send you energy, or when they pray for you, they are also sending their intentions, and they might not be our intentions. So we have to be careful like who we see if we're going to do energy healing. It has to be absolutely pure. We have to know that their intentions are for our highest good. So I've been involved in something that looked really amazing from the outside, only to find that there was a lot of games, and I had to get down to the bottom of this energy. And even a Reiki practitioner who in his intentions and thoughts had different ideas, that when he gave me that healing treatment, that energy crossed over onto me, and I was sort of taken away in the charismatic glow. And so often people are taken away in a charismatic glow, in religions and cults. And yeah, mine happened with this Qigong group actually. And honestly, I forked up so much money because I was like so high on everything that I was learning, but it never actually delivered what they said. And it even went so far as to claim my cancer healing as their victory. And I had been in this cancer healing for many years, and they were not the ones with the bandages. They were not the ones looking after me, and they were not the ones that was helping me to get down to the bottom of the cellular memory of what's here and to heal it out from the roots. In fact, it was, if I had carried on with there, I was to deny the cause and just beat it out of my body with things. So I discovered a lot of dynamics. So There are things, there's neuro-linguistic programming, hypnotism, repetition, and you'll notice that people will be running programs, people that say the same things over and over and over again. It's actually like a form of hypnotism. And if you're doing a session, say, and you're moving and you're patting down on your body, like on your like if you're doing this kind of thing that we do in Qigong, and you're getting someone who's talking to you and they are dropping messages to you, it's actually like a form of neuro-linguistic programming. And that, whatever they are saying while you're doing that, it actually gets registered in your body. It actually goes in there. And, you know, I found that while I was right in that, and I was very, very dedicated and very committed to doing all the classes and hearing the same things over while I was doing that, when I finally got to get a break from it, it was such a relief to not have that same voice going on in my head, and for me to actually be going back to my own knowing. And it's interesting because I even lost, I seem to even have lost my visuals, and my visions were starting to diminish, and I was like, oh, my pineal gland doesn't seem to be working all that much. Now, I'm not saying that this is what happened in this case, but I do know that when your consciousness is given over to someone else or something, or through something, that they actually can even receive your visions and your powers. It's happened to me over and over and over again. And, you know, even just with partners that you know, they're not empathic people, but they do have the ability to tap into your brain and into your thoughts and into your knowledge and use them in their own, and they were the ones that will get very popular and very well known, while we actually can be disabled. But it was because we didn't know how to not give it over, or that we were sharing that, because most of us have been actually very kind and generous, caring people, and actually don't realize that actually people can actually be that sort of manipulative, or not even that they realize what they're doing it, because a lot of these people are not themselves. They've got different energies around them that are like hosts that do it through them. So it's really important that we actually come to places where we maintain our own energy. I don't allow people to just go praying for me and sending me energy without my permission. I've found ways of protection. So we all need to learn these things to move, to really move ahead and to do our best. So, you know, these, I don't have any regrets for my past now. I was angry with myself for giving so much money away, and, you know, they even tried to, you just learn the nature of people by the events that you have, and the best thing is that we learn the lesson. That's great. Yeah. So, you know, just be careful about people offering to take you on different meditations to access different things and all of that. A lot of this new age stuff, some of it's not that real. A lot of it can actually be a trick. There can be all kinds of ways where energy is harvested and hijacked, and so we have to be really, really wise now and learn. And I'm just sharing this because I just know that so many people out there are going through the same things, and I'm really hoping that it can help you. And yeah, the other thing that really came when I was meditating this morning, that really came to me, was the lyrics of an REM song called Hold On. And I'm just going to finish this little spiel with that. So, I mean, I could try singing it, but I'll spare you for now. So, when your day is night alone, hold on, hold on. If you feel like letting go, hold on. If you think you've had too much of this life, well, hang on, because everybody hurts. Take comfort in your friends. Everybody hurts. Don't throw your hand. Oh no, don't throw your hand. If you feel like you're alone, no, 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 you are not alone. And this is just a bit of encouragement, because so many people are losing sight. They lose sight of themselves. There's energy that's been taken away from them, and when that happens and we're not able to maintain our own energy, people can lose themselves in others and other ideas. So it's so important that we just go into ourselves. We are the ones that we have been looking for. And this is an intuitive perspective of the ninth wave time frequencies of unity consciousness of the sacred Mayan calendar from the cosmic axis, the natural and organic time cycles. What a gift, what beauty, what reality. I love it. And a copy of the current time wave that we're in can be found on my Facebook page. I'm not using my Facebook much. People keep trying to invite me into Facebook, but I really don't want to spend much time. I'm going to just leave this video for people that want to see it. But please don't send me things that I need to look on Facebook. I'm trying to break away from it. I want to spend my time in nature. I don't want to be caught into it. I only want to access my own energy, my own information at this time, and that's what I really need to do, because I've been very, very unwell, and part of me getting better is to fully reclaim myself, fully reclaim my energy, just as all of us have had to do that. I know a lot of people struggle at this time. Yeah, so this is the 119th night wave timeline of the, which is 36 solar days. And since the unity consciousness waves began in the Gregorian year of 2011, so that's when we started to go into unity consciousness. That's when a lot changed. A lot of people sort of started to notice it more around 2012, because they were programmed by a fake Mayan thing that's what would happen, and it was just simply the end of the long count on the Mayan calendar. Didn't mean that time was going to stop. The true Mayan elders never said that that it was the end. They never said that. And so the Mayan calendar has been also another thing that got infiltrated, a lot of energy taken from it by devotees and followers of super famous people who no one needs to be famous. In a collaborative world, no one's above anybody else. No one needs any more attention than anybody else. We just give it and share it for the best being of everyone. Like, if people are so wonderful that they have to be famous, yeah, sure, some people, they may, I'm not saying fame is a bad thing. I'm just saying, let it be used wisely and responsibly, and not for power or greed or energy taking. Okay, so that's me for now. Lots of love to you. In Lakesh, I am another you. So much love. She's a water cat.